Certified Tester Test Automation Engineer CT-TAE exam online dumps are the best material for you to test all the objectives. Share some CT-TAE exam dumps questions here. 1. What are the 4 horizontal layers of the GTAA? A. Test adaptation, test execution, test design, test definition. B. Test generation, test execution, test definition, test APIs. C. Test generation, test definition, test execution, test adaptation. D. Test definition, test execution, test reporting, test adaptation. 2. You have inherited a TAE that is working well. It uses keyword-driven scripting and was well architected. The automation architect who built the system has now moved on to another company. The TAE is working across several projects and has a multiple library of keywords, categorized by project. The individual project teams maintain these keyword scripts. Based only on the given information, what is the most significant risk for the TAE? A. The keyword-driven scripts may become out of date if not maintained. B. The level of abstraction, coupled with the departure of the architect, may make the system hard to maintain. C. New projects may not work as well with the TAE as the current projects. D. Because the keyword scripts are maintained by different teams, there is a likelihood that good coding standards are not followed. 3. You are working as a TAE for a company who have been using a web test execution tool for a number of years. The tool has been used successfully on 10 web applications in the past. The company are developing a new web application which has a friendly user interface, but the developers have used an object throughout the application which the tool is unable to recognize. As a result, you have no way of capturing the object or verifying the contents using the automation tool. What is the first thing you should do about this problem? A. See if the application can be run on a desktop and if the object can be recognized on the desktop by the tool. B. Investigate whether the object can be recognized by other test execution tools in the market. C. Ask the developers to remove the object and replace it with some text fields. D. Ask the developers if they can change the object to something that can be recognized by the tool. 4. If model-based testing has been selected for the overall test automation approach for a project, how does that influence the layers of the TAA? A. All layers are used, but the test generation layer will be automated based on the defined model. B. There will be no need for the execution layer. C. No adaptation will be needed because the interfaces will be defined by the model. D. There will be no need to design the tests for the API because those will be covered by the model. 5. Designing the system under test (SUT) for testability is important for a good test automation approach and can also benefit manual test execution. Which of the following is not a consideration when designing for testability? A. Observability. The SUT needs to provide interface that give insight into the system. B. Reusability. The code written for the SUT must be reusable for other similar system. C. Clearly defined architecture. The SUT architecture needs to provide clear and understandable interfaces giving control and visibility on all test levels. D. Control. The SUT needs to provide interfaces that can be used to perform actions on SUT. 6. You have been asked to develop test automation for a legacy system that is going to go through a series of infrastructure migrations. The scripts will be used to verify basic functionality during these infrastructure changes. Your test analysts have some programming skills and need a solution that is simple and fast. Maintainability of the scripts is not a consideration because no changes to the software are anticipated. Which of the following is the best scripting approach in this situation? A. Structured scripting. B. Capture replay scripting. C. Model-based scripting. D. Linear scripting. 7. Consider a TAE that exclusively uses the APIs of a SUT. To make this work, significant changes have been required to the SUT by adding a set of dedicated test interfaces to the APIs. All the automated tests will use these test interfaces when interacting with the SUT. Assume that you are currently verifying the correctness of the automated test environment and test tool setup. Which of the following would you expect to be the most specific risk associated with this scenario? A. The connectivity from the TAE to the dedicated test interfaces will not work. B. The process of configuring the TAE will be error-prone due to manual intervention. C. The automated test cases will not contain the expected result. D. False alarms, that are unlikely to occur in the real world, will be observed during testing. 8. In order to achieve reuse of a TAE, where should the design for reuse occur? A. At the code level. B. At the framework level. C. At the TAE level. D. At the TAA level. 9. As the TAE, you are working with the organization's test manager to decide which external metrics and which internal metrics should be gathered for the new TAE. Which of the following represents the best internal metric that would help measure the quality of the TAE and the number of problems associated with the TAE? A. The average maintenance cost to keep an automated test in sync with the SUT. B. The number of hours of manual test effort saved by implementing a TAE. C. A measure of defect density within the TAE automation code. D. A measure of how many automated tests pass and fail. 10. Which of the following correctly describes how automation should be applied to confirmation testing? A. Confirmation tests are not good candidates for automation as they are not designed to run many times. B. Confirmation tests should only be automated if they fail to pass on the first attempt. C. Confirmation tests can be automated and incorporated into an automated regression suite to show whether defects that were previously fixed reoccur. D. A confirmation test should only be automated after it has been run manually.